Mom, Dad, the teacher doesn't like me. And my mom and dad would say, who gives a fuck? In life, people are not gonna like you. Figure it out. Now, you guys, when you have kids in elementary school, they come home, they go, the teacher doesn't like me. And you go, well, let's get the teacher fired. My kid's perfect. You instill in his brain or her brain that the world should bend to them. And now I'm doing comedy and I tell a joke about something and someone stands up and they go, I don't like that. Well, everyone else is laughing, but that doesn't matter because in this moment, I don't like it. So now you have to leave. You get kicked out of my show. Recently, a girl had a seizure at my show. We checked on her. She was fine. She leaves. Everything's good. So I started to make fun of what happened in the situation, and a girl in the crowd stood up. She's like, you can't make jokes about that. That's not funny. And I asked what she did for a living. She said she was an EMT. And I was like, why didn't you help? This is what we do now. We complain, but we don't help because we think that's enough.
The worst thing to call somebody is crazy is dismissive. I don't understand this person, so they're crazy. These people are not crazy. They're strong people. Maybe the environment is a little sick.
I'm feeling this. I'm your professor, I will test you in the worst way. Don't bring a scantron, pop quizzes all day. Cause of our chemistry, we do biology.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscriber die trying. You see the thumbnail. You see the video. Andrew Schultz. I think he's a hilarious comedian. I think he's hilarious. And I remember him talking about this on something else that was on social media. But I'm glad I came across this again so I can drive home the perspective of why America has become soft. Using what he was saying, or part of what he was saying. This catering to everybody's inner Karen has become an issue. See, to me, I've talked about it before, the participation trophy generation where, you know, prior to that, if you were the MVP, you got a trophy for being the MVP. Most outstanding, you got a trophy. Most improved, you got a trophy. You know, but I'm there. Sometimes they just say the person who gave the most effort because they want to give a person who's been working their butt off but couldn't get an award because they couldn't fit in those categories something. I already get all that. But some of y'all just want, you know, you want accolades for showing up. And some of y'all don't show up on time. Y'all half-ass do everything, but you still want the accolades. It doesn't even make sense. But what he was talking about, like now the world is supposed to cater to you. And I've seen it so many times where it's just become annoying. You know, you're going to do what I want. Yeah, please do what I want. You got to do what I want. And it's like, yo, we're adults, man. Like, I don't know why you're begging an adult. Not necessarily, you're whining and throwing a tantrum with other adults and hoping that they cater to you. You get what I'm saying? I was laughing at the video that on social media with the white lady on the airplane. You know, but that man's not there. He isn't real. And it's like, yo, if you don't get your stupid ass off this plane, this is what's wrong with America. This is how it got soft. America has always been like immoral and cowardly, but now it's immoral, cowardly, and soft. Because instead, like, recently I talked about the video with Dwight Howard and his son, and the people in the comment section, that's abuse, that's abuse. You probably got, you know, stage 4 diabetes, talking about what's abuse. Shut up. Shut the hell up. Because effort in making somebody work harder is abuse. Because you've never done it in your life. You know, but because we consider hard work now typing on a computer. Oh, I was working hard playing video games. Ooh, I worked out a couple of times. Ooh, I'm working hard. Like, oh, okay. All right, man. All right. But then let me fast forward to the end when he said the most important part was when he said, like, you know, a lady had a seizure. They got to her. It started, you know, they got her to chill. They escorted her out. She got better. So as a comedian, comedians make jokes about it, right? And the crowd started laughing. And a lady got mad. You shouldn't talk about Lord have mercy, they shouldn't have said sure, that's wrong. And he asked the lady, dang, okay, what's the problem? What's your issue? You know, this is what I do. I'm a comedian. You already know this is where it's going to go, but what do you do for a living? I'm a nurse. And he's like, yo, well, why didn't you help him? And that's the issue. This is how America got soft. People could, like, now you have people who, you know, we talk about people who have skills and resources and abilities. Now you have the people who with the skills and abilities to help a situation they just check out. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not. I'm going to complain about it, and I could have a solution, but I won't. Like we've gone to the equivalent of, let's just say, if you was flying in a plane, and the pilot and the co-pilot both, you know, let's just say both of them had a heart attack, and it's like, yo, we need to call, FAA. And we need help. We need to have somebody help us learn how to fly, land this plane. And somebody might ask, does anybody know how to fly? And it's like, why? Because the pilot and the co-pilot just died. And the person is like, I know how to fly, but I'm not saying anything because I don't feel like doing it. This plane would just have to land on its own. I don't care. I don't care. How dare you? How did you need some help? I didn't come here for this. It's like, oh, okay. The plane crashed and everybody died, and why didn't somebody do it? The plane is about to crash. I know how to fly, but why didn't somebody else do it? I'm the only one that knows how to fly? Yes, but I don't feel like doing it. It's like, okay, that's where we're going. Because there was another instance, an actual instance where somebody needed a doctor on a plane, and that was on social media maybe a year, 2 years ago, and it was a doctor on the plane, but they didn't help the person that was in need. It's like, what the fuck? This is why, the country's gotten soft, because, what you could do, you don't want to do. And then sometimes you got people who have been, and I got to blame white America for this, because this is how this country was set up, for people to get overpaid for doing somebody else's actual hard work. So now you got people now you got the bulk of society wanting to be overpaid for work that's really not producing at the level that they're paid. And then you have companies want to underpay people for doing work. And now, this is why you get all these people quitting and going from job to job to job and think, I can't do this. And companies laying off people and hiring people because they're in the bind, so they just need a job. So let me hire you, let me screw you over. Then when you figure out that I'm screwing you over royally, you're going to try to go to another job, or, I'm going to find out some other people who are unemployed and need a job, and I'm going to give you the axe so I could, we was paying you $25 an hour, but when you got here, we was paying you 19. Now you got 25, I got to let you go because there's somebody else who's unemployed right now that would sure take that 19. It's like, oh, okay, America's soft. It ain't got no morals. Never had morals, but this is what made America soft, because now we don't want to do anything. It's always somebody else's fault when you have the ability to do it yourself. And I said it before, the smarter the phones got, the dumber the people got. Now, you don't really need, now you can actually do it yourself for real with your phone. If something went wrong, you're like, I don't know how to fix it, do it yourself. Like, I'm going to tell you, like, real talk. Luckily, I had a guy come check my air conditioning unit. Because he's like, hey, man, I was at Home Depot, and the guy was like, yo, you should come, you should see it to make sure it's running. I was like, you know what? I ain't never had it checked. I had this house for like 14, 15 years. So, yeah, let me do that. So the guy came in, and I heard a bang. I was like, what the hell is he doing up there? I'm like, did he fall? What the fuck? I ain't think nothing of it. He left. And a week went by, and my ceiling was leaking, because the air conditioning unit is up at the attic. So I'm like, what the heck? So I go upstairs, I go into the attic, and the bang I heard was him kicking the AC unit's pan off of the just off of the whole. He just knocked the pan off, because it's held up, so he knocked it off. Not completely off, but he made it just lean like this. So it basically didn't drain right, and water just. So I'm like, this motherfucker, I ought to kill this mother. But first things first, let me fix this. So I could fix it. I figured out, I balanced it, put it back or whatever. But long story short, I wanted to kill this dude. But I was like, I know how to do that. But then what I forgot about was he kicked it over, and months and months later, I didn't think about it because I cleared everything out. The debris clogged up the drain, so then it leaked again. And I was like, yo, how can I fix this? Because I couldn't snake it out because it was in the pipes. The pipes were too long. The PVC pipes were too long. So I was like, oh, I know what to do. I think I've heard of this trick. So I got a wet vac, got my ladder, went, found a little something I could connect the wet vac to with the suction, suck the hole out, pause, right? But the debris came out. Works just like that. Works like a charm. No more leaking. No more blah, 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 blah. And it's all hands on. I'm a person. I get on the roof. I do this, that. My shingles will come off. Storms, hurricanes. I'm on the roof. No big deal. I done pretty much fixed everything. Only thing I don't do is electric work. That's it. I don't do electric work. I don't. I done got shot before, so I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna leave that part alone. But we don't even want to learn, because if you're inquisitive and curious, you can figure things out. And you can look around, okay, figure this out, figure that out, figure that out. And this is why I say America got soft. Because if you already do it for a living, now you don't want to do it. But at the same time, you don't want to figure out how to fix something just to save you the time and money. Because for me, it ain't even about being cheap. It's actually saving time and money. And what I mean by that is, sometimes you can fix things yourself, and it saves you time in the sense of the time you would have to wait for that person to come and do it. Then it saves you money for the money that you had to spend. You get what I'm saying? So I use that wet vac thing to say, if I'd have called somebody I didn't know and I didn't figure out what to do, I would have to wait till them to come. Hey man, we'll be there tomorrow between da 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 da. But me thinking that out, I got it done in 10 minutes. Now I don't have to wait the time. Now I don't have to keep draining the that pan because I can't get the debris out and hoping for the best. No. It's over with. 10 minutes tops, we're done. Save time, save money. I did the same thing with my lady's vehicle. She has a nice ride, but she doesn't have to go to a mechanic. No, you don't have to get an oil change. I got it. Something breaks down, I got it. She needed her brakes went down, put the brakes on all of them. You know what I'm saying? Water pump go out, I got it. Thermostat go out, I got it. Make sure the car can pass inspection. That's the good. Make sure it rides smooth. Good. Saves her time, saves her money. I do the same thing with my car. Ironically, I have two cars, and this is why I said America got soft. My son wanted a car, but I was going to give him my other car, but it had some nicks with it. But I left it. I left the things that was wrong with it there on purpose because I wanted to show him how to fix a car. But he didn't know that, so he ain't here no more. But he would have had that car because I would have showed him how to fix it. So when he actually gets himself an actual car, he would have known what to do. So it wouldn't cost him an arm and a leg. But now, that's the part of parenting and all that, and that's the part of society where we make people so soft that they don't do much. But now it's coming back to bite everybody. But I'm gonna leave it at that. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna take you.